Hello, this is Cal with A Simple Life, and I am doing some Saturday chores. And my Saturday chores often consist of things like trimming goat hooves, because it's not something I generally do during the week. Making chicken feed, as I do mix our own chicken feed. Anyways, we are going to do some goat hoof trimming today. I remember the first time I trimmed a goat's hooves. I thought I was gonna kill it. It was this goat actually, Clover. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna kill this poor goat. It's gonna be bleeding everywhere. Oh my God, it probably took me a half an hour to trim her hooves. I had no idea what I was doing. But I'd been told by somebody, just take a little at a time and you'll figure it out. And take a little bit at a time, and I figured it out. And now it's not a big deal at all. The main reason for the gloves is because I've had them kick and drive the trimmer into my hand. One time, it was a bigger goat, a much bigger goat, like a big Nubian wither. But after that, I just decided it wasn't worth not wearing gloves. As well as, it means in between trimmings. You look pretty good there, girl. In between trimmings, I can take a cup of coffee, answer the phone, and I don't have goat poop all over my hands. Our goats are they're in pasture, and we move them between pastures, so there's not a large amount of excrement for them to step in, but it's still.
So typically, I'm used to trimming the majority of our goat hooves out on pasture. And when I trim them out on pasture, I usually will take the goat, I'll squeeze the goat's head between my legs with its head facing me. And then I will grab it like I'm grabbing this little white goat, and I will just trim his hooves, or her hooves. When I do the dairy goats, it's always awkward for me because I'm 6 feet tall and they're like 24 inches tall at most. And so there's always a little bit of trying to find a comfortable way to do it. The milking stanchion, as I remembered after doing Clover, is not the way to do it, and I just went back down to a bit of bending over. The good part is we don't have a ton of dairy goats, and I'm sure if we had 15 or 20 dairy goats, I would find a much better way to do this. But since we only have, I think we have 7, it's not a big deal, and trimming their hooves is like a short chore.
All right, got my coffee. We're gonna go do a few more weekend chores. I need to mill up some chicken feed for our chickens. I don't need to mill it. What I need to do is mix it. I've already milled the field peas down to the size that I need. And now it's just doing our mixture. We use field peas, a naked oat, a roasted sorghum. We use kale and a NutriBalancer. And then they live on pasture with the horses, and they get all the protein from the horse poos, all the little fly larvae and all that good stuff. We're gonna go mix up a 55-gallon barrel of that. I'm not gonna show you that because it's just me sneezing a lot. But we'll see what we get into next. Most likely, it's gonna be a pretty relaxed weekend. I know me and Colette have a date to go do a little horse riding, so we'll probably do that. We're going to my friend Chris Hode's belated birthday party by 1 year. Happy birthday, Chris. And other than that, we're just gonna relax. I think that's what you're supposed to do on the weekends. All right, so, okay, let's see what the Porky's made. I think they've probably done a pretty swell job here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now we got a little soup like right there. Not surprised, we got a little soup. But holy smokes. You work hard for the bacon. You know that, right? That's not how it goes? That's not the way the song goes? You work hard for the bacon? No? Alright. Alright, let me get these guys moved. Told my kids before, we're all pigs. And they always look at me like, no, we're not. No, we are all pigs. What will you do for a bucket of feed? Now, might be a little cynical of me, but what's your bucket of feed? Kind of, when you think about that, you think about what is your bucket of feed? What will you do for that next little pocket of cash? Whatever it is. When I got pigs and I realized how easy it was to move them with a bucket of feed, I realized how easy it was to move me with a bucket of feed. Anyways, sorry not to get philosophical, but all right, let's get these guys moved. Shelter moved. And if you wonder if 4 pigs can fit in there, they can. They stack in like sausages. Funniest thing you've ever seen. So, why is it okay for this garden to get completely devastated? But I don't want my pastures getting completely devastated. It really comes down to the fact of what I'm trying to accomplish. In a pasture, I want the natural seed bank to flourish. I want it to take off. I want all the clover and summer grasses and winter grasses and the hairy vetch. Even though I know hairy vetch is not supposed to be fed to cattle, I'm not putting them on just hairy vetch. There's some in there, just like that, as well as all kinds of other goodies. They need a well-rounded diet, just like we need a well-rounded diet. And so I'm okay with the pasture, or I'm okay with that garden getting completely wrecked. I don't want it muddy, but I'm okay with it getting completely wrecked. Because what I don't want is I don't want all the grasses and everything popping back up once we plant seeds and stuff in there. So it's okay if it's a little bit more soupy. That being said, that pasture, that spot right there has not had any animal disturbance in it in probably 15-20 years. So it's not gonna hurt it. I'm not crazy about it. I'd rather not have had it happen. But it's June. I can't do anything about a wet June like this. I gotta keep animals going. You know, a lot of things were delayed just because of the fact that it was a really wet June. Oh, I hear a goat call. Yep, I hear a goat call. Okay, so I'll show you what that means. It means I got a goat with its head stuck in a fence. Is generally what that means. At this time of night, all the goats should be up here. And my goats generally are all up here, but I hear one off in the distance. All right, there's Herman. Okay, there's another little one. Let's see. There you go. They know my horrible goat call. Almost all of them will call back to me, even though that is probably the most horrible goat call ever. As my daughter says, she makes a really realistic one. I'm sure you're tired. I'd be tired too if I had stuck in a fence for probably an hour or 2, maybe 3 or 4. I'll show you how old still stuck, baby. You're stuck, baby. So this is our neighbors. Really, really nice guys. They have a nice organic vineyard here, which is great because I'm pretty much surrounded by, well, not completely, but most of the way surrounded by forced or organic. Can't complain about that. I mean, I don't have to worry about a bunch of spray. So, all right, well, I'm gonna sign off because I'm gonna have to huff and puff my way out of this ravine. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe and comment. God bless. Thank you so much for watching. We really, I can't say it enough. We really appreciate your time. I'm always awed by creation. Completely awed by it. Just listening to the birds. Yeah, I can hear some cars in the distance, but look at the sky. Evenings like this, there's not enough pig feed in the world.